Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or hi if you're new. Excuse me, it's Libby. Today I'm going to be doing a video a little bit differently. I'm gonna do what Becca the Books does and a few other people do. The video is called These 12 Books Will Self-Destruct in 12 Months If I Don't Read Them. So I have a stack right here of 12 books that I have had for a very long time and I just haven't read yet. And if I don't read them within the next 12 months, they will be self-destructed. And then this time next year, I will react to this video, to see if I read the books. Now, I won't get too much detail because I don't know a lot about any of them. So we will go from there. And yeah, so the first book I have is Angel Burn by L.A. Weatherly. This is a paranormal, I believe it's a paranormal romance about our main character named Willow, and she can see into the future and know people's dreams. And there's the assassin apparently, and yeah, and then the enemy falls for the heroine. So it's definitely a paranormal romance. I want to say it's a slow burn. I'm not sure. I've had this for a while and I haven't read it yet. I don't know why. I bought it when I was in my paranormal phase, so hopefully I can get back into that and read this. It is quite thick, so it sounds like up my alley, so hopefully I will enjoy it. The second book is Angel Fire, which I do not have yet, so I'm hoping to get into this one. The second book is Insina by S.J. Kincaid. This is the author of the Diabolic, which is not on this list, but I do have the Diabolic. I got this way before the Diabolic. This is a sci-fi. It's about a video gamer, and he has been recruited to a life change to train at this elite military academy and become a member of the Inner Solstice Force. And that's basically it. So this is a sci-fi, YA sci-fi that I've been intrigued to read. I just haven't read it yet because I have not been in the mood for sci-fi. But hopefully that will change so I can read this and the Diabolic because they're both sci-fi. So the tagline, the impossible is just the beginning. So I'm very intrigued for this one. I always like a book based on video games, so this is exciting. Then I have one that was popular back in the day, and I haven't read it yet, so we shall see. And that is Grave Mercy by Robin Leigh Fevers. I have no clue what this one is about. This is set in the 15th century. Brittany, she is Gapes. There's Esme, and she learns about something. This is about the god of death. This is about Hades, I think. So I am not 100% sure. This is definitely an assassin based book because it says His Fair Assassin Trilogy. So introduces a deadly imaginable world that combines romance and captivity and action. So I do want to read this, so hopefully I can get to this soon. So let me know down below if you guys want to buddy read any of these. I will definitely, and I've heard good things about this, so I definitely want to read it. These are the old covers, by the way. So, yeah. Then I have Give Dark My Love by Beth Revis. This is another sci-fi-ish, I want to say, or it's fantasy, paranormal. 17-year-old Naira leaves her home in the northern territories of the lunar island, and she attends an academy. So it's another school-based academy. She meets Gregory, called Gray, and apparently there's a pledge, and she's determined to find a cure for it. So I don't know anything about this, so I've read Across the Universe by Beth Revis. I haven't continued that trilogy yet, but I would like to read this one and more by her. So, yeah. I have another one that's might pain a lot of people that I haven't read this yet because it's a historical fiction, and I have not been in a historical fiction mood lately. I've got 2 on this list. That's The Brown Horseman by Paulina Simon, and I know nothing about this. I know Kat from Little Book Owl read this a long time ago and really enjoyed it, so I got this from her recommendation. And I have no idea what century this is set in. It doesn't tell me. So, oh, Hitler. Okay, so this is the time of that. So, I was intrigued to read this when I bought it, so hopefully I'm still intrigued to read this. I've been getting more into adult recently, so this is definitely adult because it's historical fiction, and I am still excited to read this, so hopefully one day soon I can read it. And I have a YA fantasy, Rebel of the Sand by Alwyn Hamilton. I still have not read this yet. I have the second book. This is about a race for the desert. Mystical beast. I know nothing about this. So, but I have heard good things about it. So, it's quite short. So, hopefully, I can read this. There's a lot of YA on this list. Another one that pains quite a few people that I haven't read it yet. I read the first book and loved it, and that is Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. I've read Children of Blood and Bone and really enjoyed it. I have not yet got to the sequel, and it's only a duology, so it pains me to say that I haven't finished it. So I would like to try and finish this off this year, hopefully. I've had it since it came out and I still haven't read it, so I'm not going to go too much detail because this is the sequel. So, and I just realized that the second book I mentioned by the same author when I talked about the first book is in this list. That is Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid. I know next to nothing about this. I know that Sasha and Reagan read this one year for their book club, and I got it because of that, and I never ended up reading it. So I have The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid as well on this list. Again, another sci-fi. So, yeah. It says, a diabolic is ruthless. A diabolic is powerful. A diabolic has a single task: kill, in order to protect the person you've been created for, nothing else. So, okay. This I do want to read because that tagline intrigued me. So, that first little bit intrigued me, so I'm excited to read this one now. Then I have And I Darken by Kirsten White. Still have the sticker on it. Got it at a thrift store for $1. So I know nothing about this. I know it's fantasy, YA fantasy, and that is it. So hoping to enjoy it so I can get the second and third book and see how it goes. Then I have a contemporary. I've been going out of contemporary lately, and I haven't read this yet, and I've had this book for ages. And that is I'll Give You the Sun by J.D. Nelson. This follows twins who were incredibly close, but at 13, her brother isolates himself. So Anne is falling for the boy next door. So they used to talk. It's about, you get both of their perspectives, the brother and the sister's perspective in this. And I still haven't read it yet, so I might wait till summer and see. If you've read this, let me know, and if it's anything, if it's still worth reading. If not, then I'll just go ahead and get rid of it. I have one that was for a readathon. It was a group book, and I never read it. I started it, but I never finished it, and that's The Empress of All Seasons by Amiko Jean. This was for the biannual bibliothon, which is sadly not happening anymore. So, but I got this for that, and I haven't read it yet. I didn't end up finishing it, and I know nothing about it. So all I know is a fantasy. So that is it. So the last book on this list, I've heard no one talk about this book. So if you've read this, please let me know if it's worth reading. It is a historical fiction set in 1861. So it's about one character, and that is The Forbidden Orchard by Shannon Diggs Walder. So please let me know if you've read this. It says, in England, Elido is a beautiful daughter and sister at sea. She is a reckless romantic stowaway in China. She is a brave hunter. Where does she truly belong? So I know nothing about this. If you've read this, please let me know. So I've had this for ages and still haven't picked it up. It's definitely historical fiction. So, but yeah, let me know if anybody, excuse me, if you've read this. If not, then I'll just unhaul it. But those are the 12 books that I have on this self-destruct list. Again, let me know down below if you guys read any of these, or if you would like to buddy read any of these. Let me know. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Like, subscribe, stay a while, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.